Hello, YouTube friends. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about writing goals, and it's going to be an interesting one because in the past, when I've talked about writing goals, it has been very different. I have had like these big plans and dreams, and so buckle up because I'm going to share something that I have never done before with you guys. Coffee, always a must. Okay, so I'm going to share how I actually do my writing goals first. I use what I created. I created this like 3 years ago maybe, and I use this for many different things. I call it the wheel. And so if it's relating to writing, I call it my writing wheel. If it's related to health, I call it my health and healing wheel. Whatever the topic is, that is, I will show you. Now you will notice when I show you this, that there's not much on it, and that is for a specific reason. So here is my 2022 writing wheel. I do this every year. Okay, so you can see it says 2022 writing wheel is in the center, and then we start in January and you follow the wheels all the way around. The concept of this came from a law of attraction practice called, I can't even remember what it was called. But basically, it's a practice where you write something you want in the center, and then you write affirmations going off of it. Not for each month, just in general. And I do use that. But this, I think it's called Focus Wheel. I don't know. Anyway, so I created this with the months because I take my main goals for that year on a specific topic. For this, it's writing. And then I write in throughout the year on that specific month the things that would need to be done to move this forward and ultimately end with all of my writing goals in place at the end of the year. Now you will see all that I have right now on my writing wheel is NaNoWriMo, Camp Nano, and then in June I do have an actual release date. I'm releasing a book with my daughter. She's releasing a poetry book, and I'm releasing a book that was written for her / for poets, teenage poets specifically, that are struggling with depression and anxiety. And there's a book signing that we are doing in June. So other than that, there's nothing else on my writing wheel. And it's because, you will see here, January, I wrote, submit and be disciplined to flow. Trust the goosebumps. I'm not creating any other goals. I'm not writing anything else down on my writing wheel. And the reason that I decided to do that is, I think I've shared with you guys here before, I am not one who is under the mentality of you must write every day. You must sit and put your butt in the chair and write. I write every day. I'm a journaler. I literally, like, writing is my life. So I do, but I don't work on like my writing projects every day. I made a commitment years and years and years ago. I could just throw out, Saving Katie Baker was published in 2013. And I think that one was written in 2011. So 2011, oh my gosh, that's like 11 years. Yeah, holy wow. So yeah, 11 years ago when I did my very first NaNoWriMo, I committed to my soul, my source, universe, God, spirit, that I would only write when inspired. And when I say inspired, that doesn't mean when the words just come easily or, but if a project is put on my heart by God, by Spirit, by the universe. I have this commitment with my higher power that if they will bring me, if Spirit brings me the project and the words, I will write it. And then at the end of that, sometimes I have this resounding yes, start the rewrite, finish this, let it go into the world. Other times I have a, you needed to write that to heal. Nobody's eyes are meant to see that. Like, for me, it is trusting that inner voice, the inner goosebumps, to know my place in my writing. So this year, which I've never done this. Normally I like sit and think and meditate over what needs to go on my writing wheel. But this year I felt very strongly that listening to the Goosebumps, which my word of the year is Goosebumps. It's Goosebump Victories. And I felt very strongly like my spirit was saying, don't put any on there. Really, really trust your goosebumps. And to really do that, I don't even want you thinking about it. I want you to wait. And when I bring the story or I bring the book for Camp Nano, because I am participating, that is something that I love the community. So I will be doing 3, so 2 Camp Nanos and 1 regular Nano. I'll probably be a rebel because that's just who I am. But not to start planning it all out, but just trusting that the books that are meant for me to write this year will come if I listen to the Goosebumps. So this might not be the writing goals video that you guys all came for, but that is where my 2022 is taking me. Again, I do have a book coming out in June, so I do have to actually rewrite that, which I have it here. I did finish my first round of edits on paper, my first like rewrite. Now I just have to go to the computer and do my first rewrite, and then there's a second rewrite, and then there's more edits from now until June. I also have a second completed manuscript that I currently feel is supposed to come out in November, but again, I didn't put it on here because I'm trusting. I'm trusting that the Goosebumps, my higher power, spirit, soul, will guide me through. And the books that are meant to be written, whether that be just for me to heal something in my life, or whether that be to be written and let out into the world, the Goosebumps will guide me. So I did want to share with you guys though something really cool. This is my writing notebook. I usually do a bullet journal for each of my nanos, so I will probably be doing that unless the Goosebumps guide me to using a nano for my editing and revising, which could totally happen. I'm hoping that I end up with 3 new projects, because I am one of those people who I love the drafting. That first draft just feels like such magic. I know a lot of people hate their first drafts, which I do. Like, my first drafts are always garbage, which is probably why I hate the rewriting process, because it's so much work. Anyhow, but I also keep a writing notebook. This is a decomp notebook with all of my like notes on writing from other people, and I mean, you can see just like all kinds of notes and things. I'm obsessed with the decomposition spiral blank notebooks. They do have one actual composition book that is blank, that has bricks on it, and I have that on my wish list. Anyhow, I wanted to show you guys, this is really cool. This is the Documented Journey Moleskin Cahier size, and the spiral decomposition books and regular decomposition books. Do I have my other one? fit in it, and it's really cool. Mine has a pocket, but you can like flip it back. And if you want to be neater, I'm not neat in the mornings, especially when I'm doing my journaling, but that's where I keep my writing notebook. So I'm actually going to shove this, because this is my current, what has to be done, in here, because when I write these two things, my current garbage that has rewriting to be done and this notebook always come with me, or whatever I'm in for that manuscript. So like for my book that I'm hoping to come out in November, which I left over there, is in a little journal. So I would grab that journal and this. I tend to, for those of you that might be interested, I do all of my brainstorming, all of my outlining by hand. But with most of my nonfictions, I also write by hand. I think it's just something about, maybe it's because I'm a highly sensitive person. I just like to I don't know, I feel like I'm more involved with the story if it's by hand. Now I will say most of my books are nonfiction and poetry. So maybe that's, but anyhow, I did type, this one actually was a nano project, and I did type that up, but I also wrote some of them by hand. So yeah, anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sure some of you, it may not be what you were looking for from me. You might have been wanting a whole list of like projects and things that are coming out, but honestly, this is my year to trust the Goosebumps. So we'll see where it takes me. I'm actually really excited about it. Anyhow, until next time, enjoy your wild, sexy lives.